Okay, great. And then, so wrapping up some of the remaining questions, and I'm sure some of our attendees might have more, but what about repayment? What does repayment look like? How much are those payments going to be? How long do you have to repay it? And can they make additional payments or pay that loan off early without implications?
Yeah, and I think we touched on some of these already, but just to kind of recap, monthly payments, again, for the term loan, they're set. They're set up as a, if it's a 5-year term, that payment is determined up front, and typically it's, it's determined by the amount of money you borrow, the term of the loan, the interest rate of the loan, any fees associated with it or anything like that additional. But that payment is set, doesn't change. Whereas that line of credit or credit card payment is again established on the amount of the line that's utilized. So, you're not necessarily paying, if you're approved for a $10,000 line, you're not necessarily paying on that $10,000 right off the bat. It's as you use it, much like a credit card, you're paying on that outstanding balance. So it can fluctuate. As I said, the term loans, it's typically a 60-month program. That's usually what most clients accept. Doesn't have to be. It can be less, but the maximum term is 60 months. For the credit card options, again, like any credit card, you're paying until the balance is satisfied, or on some programs, you're also paying. It might be a set term again that's set up, and you're paying on that amount. So there are some variations in that, but typically it's like a traditional credit card. As far as making additional payments, by all means, we do have clients that want to do that. They might get bonuses throughout the year. They might get tax credits back, and that can certainly be applied back to the loan, and there are no prepayment penalties. So that's one thing I do want to stress is there are no prepayment penalties on any of these programs, so they can be paid off, and obviously if you can do that, you're saving yourself interest over time, so it's a benefit you should take.
All right. I'm up on our screen right now. We have our phone number and then the email address for Jeff in case you have more specific questions for him in regards to financing your adoption. It's Jeff with another F, so Jeff with 3 F's at adoptionnetwork.com if you want to reach out to him. So we feel really good about what we do every year. We are very strong in our outreach programs. So again, when I talked about when you're comparing apples to apples, really understand how wide the net can be cast for you, the client, the adoptive parents. We're very successful at that. We have great national coverage and exposure, 3 national websites. We continuously rank first on Google and Yahoo searches. We work with adoption-related search terms. We do our best to not only get our clients to an adoption opportunity in a short period of time, but make that adoption opportunity a successful one. Doesn't always happen, but we do our best to safeguard that and make sure that we have a happy ending. We also work with, and I really feel this is important because not every adoption is coming through California. We work with a network of trusted adoption entities and professionals throughout the U.S. I oversee them. I continuously have contact with them. Our advisors do as well to make sure that our clients are being taken care of in that particular state as far as what needs to be done. So we do a lot to not only get you to the point of an adoption opportunity, but to help safeguard that and minimize all the risks. Now, with that being said, to kind of recap on what this webinar was all about, which was financing, I cannot emphasize enough, Julie, that, and to all of you out there, that if you are thinking about taking this next step and proceeding with the adoption process, start getting your financial ducks in a row. Very, very important. I can't tell you how devastating it is when we call a client with an adoption opportunity and they say, wow, you know what, we need to gather up money, we're not ready, we can't do it. Well, you got to be ready. So start looking into these financing options, start looking into fundraising so that when you are ready to take this next step and you come on board, whether it's with us or somebody, and you get that magical call, financially you're ready to do it. Very, very important. So
One thing I wanted to add real quick too on that, Chris, along those lines is with the financing programs that I went over, keep in mind that it doesn't have to be at the start of the process. We do have clients that pay for the beginning, handle phase one, get the home study going, and then when it comes to that call, like Chris just alluded to, that there's a baby here for you, and you don't have the funds available, we can start the finance process, and I do this regularly for clients as well, to help them get past that hurdle. So it doesn't preclude you from taking that option down the road if you've started it on your own and you thought you were going to be able to afford it, but something came up, and it does. I mean, things happen. Life gets in the way, and we do have that opportunity to go back and still try and get you that financing. So keep that in mind as well.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. As far as next steps are concerned, we're ready to conclude our webinar for today, but you will be contacted by Adoption Network Law Center. One of the consultants or an associate will reach out to you and follow up. We'd love to get your feedback on our webinar. If you have additional questions or any ways that we can improve it, please email us at webinars@adoptionnetwork.com. And we wish every one of you a wonderful adoption journey, and hope that all your dreams of parenting come true. If we can be of any support, please reach out to us, 1-800-FORADOPT for ADOPT, where we look forward to hearing from you.
And thank you for your time today. We're happy to have you join us.
Thank you.